Welcome to the Rubio Method. Venture into the unfiltered world of Chris Rubio. The Rubio Method delivers an unapologetically edgy take on the often overlooked world of men's mental health. Rubio, a master communicator, wields a potent knack for no BS enlightenment. Step into this no-nonsense arena, where men are challenged to evolve and confront the man staring back at them from the mirror.
Focus up. I'm talking to The Ride with Chevy and Nasty. It was a great show last night. Also, AC of AC Sports Live, another great show. I highly recommend you guys subscribe to them on YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, X, all those. You will be entertained, I promise you. Both good sports-related shows, a little lighter, a little funnier. They're just good people, and I just want to give them some support. My name is Chris Rubio, host of The Rubio Method. We're going to have a good time tonight. This is episode 69. That's a lot of episodes. We are going to go into a deep dive of how we got to the point where Joey B is not running for re-election. I'm going to break it down. I'm going to just give you a whole bunch of what ifs. And the funny thing about tonight's show is I was just watching the press conference right now, or not press conference, just basically a speech. And I wanted to see, like, okay, what's happening? And I was talking to Jenna pre-show. We had a little pre-show meeting. It's like things are happening so fast. And this show was not meant to be a political show from the start. It was more just, hey, some dudes talking to each other, some current events. But with politics now, it's become been the big current event. Everything is focusing around these current events of just politics, because we are in such a wild time where I saw a meme where it was like the history books of 1900 to 2010, and then it's going to show like the last 26 days is like this big. And it really is, because there's just so much wild things happening. I mean, the debate was like 27 days ago. El Trumpo getting assassinated, almost assassinated, was like 11 days ago, and no one's even talking about it anymore. It's so bizarre. So we're going to have a good time. We're going to jump right into it. Sheldon Napastook, Showtime. Yes, it is. My big buddy from up north. So let's start. Everything happens for a reason. All right. As I stated, Joey B is not running for re-election. This was kind of a not surprise to everyone, but yet kind of a surprise. The weird thing is that we're going to go into a deep dive later, and I think in the working hard is not enough, is how he announced he was getting out of the election. So about 9 days ago, he's doing this speech, doing this, campaigning in Vegas, and he decides all of a sudden, I got the Rona. And they escort him out of Vegas, go straight to Delaware because he's got the Rona. The Rona is a very dangerous thing, especially for someone that's 105 years old. I get it. Okay, whatever. But then you don't hear from him. 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 4 day, 5 day. And then what's happening? Then all of a sudden, like it's Sunday, I think it was like at 10 a.m. Pacific time, he posts on X his resignation letter. Okay. Well, number one, this shows that everyone who's yelling at Elon Musk and X and Twitter are terrible. It's obviously the most powerful news site in the world. If the president's making one of the biggest announcements ever, and he's just putting it on X, he didn't share it to ABC, NBC, CNN, and Newsmax, Fox, none of those. He put it on X. Okay, so he puts out this letter, says, yeah, I'm going to peace out. I'm not running for re-election. I'm doing it for the country. Sure you are, Joey B. And then, but no recommendation for Kamala. So let's look at this letter first. Pick number one, Jenna. And just look at the letter and tell me if you notice anything odd about it. Okay, you're looking at the letter. It looks very actually, it doesn't look very official. Okay, so at least they're going to have a picture of him. There's no presidential logo on it. What the hell? Well, the next thing they're going to post, because he's not endorsing Kamala. Yeah, and Jenna just wrote how weird he doesn't do a press conference. Oh, we're going to get to that, Jenna. So, but they think, okay, we'll show a picture of him signing the letter. At least show us that. No, let's look at the next picture they put. Pick two, Jenna. My fellow Democrats, I've decided not to accept the nomination to focus all my energies on duties as president and the remainder of the term. Okay, not to accept the nomination. That means he was nominated in. That means he got a lot of votes. He's going to pick Kamala as his vice president. Yeah, we know that. Best decision I made today. I want to offer my full support and endorsement for Kamala to be the nominee of our party this year. It's time to come together and beat Trump. Let's do this. And it's just a picture of those two. No signature, no photo, no video. I could have just read that right now. Hey, I'm Joey B. Does he know how to use X? No, Jamone, and that's the thing. He doesn't. It's been proven that he's got like these 20-year-old girls that are running all social media accounts. And does anyone really think Joey B's just popping up his iPhone? He's like, let me get on X and throw out this tweet. Right. Now, when see El Trumbo's tweets and posts that he posts on Truth Social, 100% you can see it because he's just talking like a jackass. And that's what he is. We get it. But he's a funny jackass that gets things done. I've said that since day one. He's not for everybody, but does El Trumbo get things done? You can't say he doesn't. It's just one of those things. You just got to say he's an ass, but he gets things done. Okay. It's like looking at Rubio. He's kind of an ass, but he gets things done. He's effective in the way he does it. All right. So how did we get here? Let me take you back. How did we get all the way to this spot? All right. So 2019, Joey B starts campaigning. 2018 starts campaigning, and the Rona is starting to come around, and he's campaigning just a little bit. Okay. Jenna just said, I'd rather have an ass than a shithole country. Yeah, 100%. So he starts campaigning, and everyone starts to look at these campaigns and go, what's going on? Because we're watching El Trumpo campaign during the Rona. And he's got crowds of 40, 50,000 people. It looks like a damn SEC football game, and no one's dying. So everyone's like, okay, Rona is very scary. So let's look at Joey B's campaign trail. Show us picture, what is that, Jenna? Pick 3, excuse me. So you're looking at this and you're going, hey, man, number one, the circle's 6 feet apart. So dumb. So dumb. Come on. And what is this, a crowd of 11? And I bet half of them are reporters. Come on. And so all of a sudden he's doing these sold out campaign rallies, and everyone is looking around going, what are you talking about? So here's my theory, and I'm just going to go with what if. I'm not putting a tinfoil hat on or anything like that. I'm just saying, what if? Let's just think about it. What if? What if back in 2018, 17, 19, after El Trumpo beat Hillary, because everyone thought Hillary was going to win, all the polls were 96% Hillary, blah, blah, blah. Then El Trumpo comes out with the steal of the century because of Russian collusion, whatever, of course, not proven at all. What are the odds that the Democratic Party, now this is just a what if, not my theory at all. What if they said, you know what, we need someone in there that we can kind of pop it around, because we have someone that I think can still do it, but we just need someone to just be a good plant. Just go out there, be a mannequin. He can fake it for 4 years. We can do this. We can do it. And so they think, who do we got? Should we use Joey B? No, we can't use Joey B because we already passed him up. If we use Joey B, that looks really bad because he came off of 8 years with Barack. Why wouldn't Barack just endorse him immediately? Like, obviously, you would endorse him immediately because, hey, he was vice president for 8 years. He's the next in line. You got to support him. But no, they overlooked Joey B and went right to Hillary. So can we use Joey B? I don't know, man. He's kind of old. He's deteriorating pretty quick. If you look at videos of him 5 years ago to now. But who would control him? Do we have someone? Jenna, now this is just a thought here. This is a what if. This is not my theory at all. But do you have video 4 talking about if someone had a third term? Video 4, Jenna.
Now, do you wish like you had a third term? And I used to say, you know what, if I could make an arrangement where I had a stand-in, a front man or front woman, and they had an earpiece in, and I was just in my basement in my sweats looking through the stuff, and then I could sort of deliver the lines, but somebody else was doing all the talking and ceremony. Wow. I'd be fine with that.
Okay. Now, I'm not putting my tinfoil hat on, but if there's someone that I could just wear my sweats and I could put an earpiece on and just kind of talk and do this and do that. Yeah, Sheldon, it's one of those things where you can't not look at that and go, hey, man, you said you wanted someone just to be a prop. Well, we got this older guy. He's been in office for 1,000 years. People kind of like him. We can kind of play it off as he's the old grandpa. He's a friendly grandpa, blah, blah, blah. And so he gets in. And all of a sudden, everyone knows that, okay, he gets more votes than anyone ever ever in the history of America. And this is more votes than Obama. And Obama was the second coming of Christ for a lot of people. And he gets more votes than him. And remember, there was all this controversy in the middle of the night at between 2 and 3 a.m. Pipes are busting. They're doing all this. All of a sudden, his votes went from here to here. And these are just not my thoughts. I'm just reporting the news here. Just curious. I'm just curious about it all. And Joey B gets 81 million votes without basically campaigning at all. No one saw him. He stayed in Delaware. He stayed in his cave for all this time, and everyone just, oh, okay, he just gets this many votes. And okay, so what's happening? And there was all these conspiracies. Remember, there was that pipe bomb that almost took out Kamala. How come you don't ever hear about that anymore? You can Google it, DuckDuckGo it, and but they never found out what that person. They have video of the person dropping the bomb, but no one ever found it and the cell phone. And okay, whatever. But then he gets in, and then everyone starts to listen to this guy, and they're like, "Hey, man, this guy is not there. Yeah, he's 80 or 79 or however it was when he got in office, but you can clearly tell he's not the same Joey B from just 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago. Something's going wrong." But the media and the party work together. Do you have video 5 of Joey B kind of being a little clueless at times?
Anyway. And I don't want to, well, maybe choose my words. I was just thinking, anyway, I just, look, I mean.
Jenna. Okay, we're going to come back to that, Jenna, but I want everyone to know these are not altered. Like, I did not edit these. These are just pulled up, spliced in, boom, they're there. So this is all him happening, but no one on the mainstream media would show you this. So they're completely covering up, and anyone that had X and could find just raw footage of film from independent journalists would go, well, what's happening? How does no one see this? How does no one see this? Jenna, keep going with that, please.
Putin's kleptocracy, yeah. It was in January, after being elected, the late January, early February. He said, it's not, we lead, not just, well, I won't go into it. Here's what.
All right, Jen, I can't watch anymore. You just got to come back to me because, like I've said it 100 times, it doesn't. Well, I don't know if it does make me kind of angry because it makes me sad for Joey B because he's just a prop. You can see who runs Obama is the question. That's a good one, Jamon. Am I saying it Jamon or is it Jamon? Jenna, what do you think? Jamon, Jamin? Maybe it's Jamin. Obama never underestimated the ability for Joe Biden to F things up. Yeah, that's a direct quote, Bobby Joe. Jamin, or you're saying Jamon, Jenna? Jamon or Jamin? Jamon, type it back in. How do you pronounce your name? Do it phonetically. I'm bad with names. I'll probably just give you a nickname anyway. What, Jamin? I said 9 different names and you're giving me a thumbs up? Jesus. All right, where was I? Okay. They were to play this act since they were in sync with the party in the mainstream media. Everyone, Jamin. Okay, Jamin. Thank you, Sheldon. Finally. Okay. Jamin, I got that now. So now they're able to play because on mainstream media and the news channels, they're going out of their way to say, hey, are you kidding? And look at video 6. We played it for this before. Video 6, Jenna, of Joe Scarborough.
But comparing that guy's mental state, I've said it for years now. He's cogent. But I undersold him when I said he was cogent. He's far beyond cogent. In fact, I think he's better than he's ever been. Intellectually, analytically, because he's been around for 50 years. And, you know, I don't know if people know this or not, Biden used to be a hothead. Sometimes that Irishman would get in front of the reasoning. Sometimes he would say things he didn't want to say. This is, and I don't really, you know what, I don't really care. Start your tape right now because I'm about to tell you the truth. And F you if you can't handle the truth. This version of Biden, intellectually, analytically, is the best Biden ever. not a close second. And I've known him for years. The Brzezinskis have known him for 50 years. If it weren't the truth, I wouldn't say it. And you.
Okay, so he's either lying or he's an idiot. That's the only possible two answers. That's the only answers, because he's known him forever, and he's saying that Jenna, that was 4 to 5 weeks ago that guy did that. So and you could see from 4 years ago that Joey B just didn't have it. So either Joe Scarborough is an actor that is lying, he's acting, or he's an idiot. There's no other answers. You can't, because you can literally just physically look. Out of these two countries, I don't want any of the people near that big button. Donna Mona, thanks for watching. If you're watching on YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, or X, make sure you comment, do what you want, share, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Yeah, and it's one of those things where you can't honestly think that. You just can't. And so it starts to become a little bit more aware, like where Joey B, they're starting to put him out a little bit. This is probably like 2-3 months ago. And Karine Jean-Pierre, the press secretary, goes, no. These are cheap fakes, she called them. Cheap fakes. I think she tried to say deep fakes, but they're cheap fakes. Like, people are doing AI and they're switching around Joey B. That's not really him. They're editing all these things. They're doing all this. They're doing all that. And so do you have vid 7 for me, Jenna?
He touched down not even 4 hours ago.
That was a quick trip, but as you said, very impactful.
He has allocated to invest in police departments and training of police officers.
Now, here's the thing. You saw him trip several times walking upstairs, which, number one, kind of impressive. I would think going downstairs would be harder, but Joey B does it upstairs. Okay, superpower. Next, you notice how the big steps? Now Joey B only uses the bottom steps. Now he just goes into like the belly of the plane. He doesn't even go to the top, because I had to say, Joey B, you have trouble going up the steps. This is not good. Jenna, keep playing that video for me, please.
Appears as though the president did have a slight trip there as he's boarding Air Force One.
Dr. Biden, how was your anniversary?
No matter what their cost.
Whose idea was to let him ride a bike? For the love of God. People my age can barely ride a bike, and Joey B's 114. Who put him on a bike? Whose idea was that? God, go ahead, Jenna.
2, 10, 12, 15. Oops, stepping on it's black. Anyway.
Okay, like I've said, I'm not making fun of the guy. I feel bad for him. If this was my grandpa or my father, I'd be like, Grandpa, go in the corner. Here's some vanilla ice cream. Here's some sherbet. Old people like sherbet, okay? I just don't understand. Anonymous says, hope you're watching Joey B tonight. He's going to explain everything. Supposedly he came on and just basically said he's hanging on, which I'm absolutely shocked. I thought for sure he was just going to resign and say, peace out, give it to Kamala. She's already got the nomination. Wink, wink. I'll explain that in a second as well. All right. So all the media is coming together. Everyone's coming together. But now the wheels are starting to come off. So there are winners and losers in life. The Democrats decide to have the first presidential debate earlier than ever. So this, I think, was the start of the quote-unquote coup. I'm just saying, what if? I think a couple months back, they started to look around and say, guys, we can't run him again. I know he just got nominated with like 1,500 votes or whatever to be the Republican nominee, but we can't run him, okay? We can't do it. We can't do it because he can't do it. He's starting to malfunction at a quicker pace. We can't hide him anymore. And everyone looks around the room and goes, well, what do you want to do, man? Well, the debates are in September, voting's in November. We can't wait that long because we can't replace him. Well, can we pull a debate earlier? What about June? And of course, El Trumpo's going to go, hell yeah, let's go, because he's El Trumpo. He just doesn't care. He's anywhere, anytime, any place. And so they do this debate very, very early. And in my opinion, just a guess, I would say that I think they said, you know what? If he does well, we'll keep him in. If he craps the bed, we just happen to say he needs to move on. He just happens to, resign, because they do the debate. And this is only like 26 days ago, man. 26 days ago, how much has changed? He goes out there, and we'd had an episode on it. He just bombs. At one point, they ask El Trumpo, okay, what do you think? And he goes, I don't know what he even said, and I don't think he does either. It was just a really, really bad night for him. And he had 10 days of rest at Camp David. They're prepping him. They're doing all this. And that's the best he's got, which, once again, I feel bad for the dude. Go rest. Go take a walk along a creek or a river or something. Do some fishing. Read a book. Listen to some music. Do something. All right? So then all of a sudden, it's all hands on deck. As soon as the debate's over, it's, holy Jesus. He's not the same person. You got to get rid of him. And they even have an op-ed from George Clooney. He's a big-time Democrat. And remember, this is George Clooney, who 3 weeks ago had a rally for him, a campaign fundraiser out in LA where they raised $35 million. So Clooney writes his op-ed. Do you have this pick 8 for me, Jenna? Okay, pick 8. He's got to step down, not going to be the same, but not going to be the one to win the president. So here's the thing. If all of a sudden at that debate, if he was fine, they would have let him keep going. They would have 100% let him keep going. But now it's not about him. It's about the fact that he can't beat El Trumpo. There's 100% going, yeah, man, we can't beat El Trumpo. It was going to be tough before, but now there's zero chance. We got a guy he's a puppet and he can't speak. We're putting words on the teleprompter and he's like, end of quote. Say it again later. Vegetable in chief. Yeah, sad, man, sad. And if you love the country, it's one of those things. You want someone in there who provides some strength, some endurance, some charisma even. Okay, and say what you want about Obama. The dude was charismatic. He could speak. He could hold the crowd. He could sell salt to a snail. I mean, he was a showman, and that's the way El Trumpo is as well. So even George Clooney, who 3 weeks ago raised $35 million for him, now saying, "You got to go, man. You got to go. You can't win. You can't win." Even the most loyal won him out. This is sad. The same guy, Joe Scarborough, who we just had on 3 weeks ago, saying, "Oh, he's the most cogent. He's so smart. He's the best he's ever been. I've known him forever. He's phenomenal." Jenna, do you have vid 9 of him just about 15 days ago?
I'm not saying that everything happens today and maybe we wait a week. I'm just saying personal feelings, personal admiration, love, respect, honor, all the things I talked about in my feelings about Joe Biden, Jill Biden, and their family, that Mika and her family have felt about Joe Biden for 50 years, that I felt for as long as I've known him, that you felt about Joe Biden, that cannot play a role in any of this. This is a battle for the future of American democracy. And now is a good time. In June, thank God, in June, and not October, in June, this is the last chance for Democrats to decide whether this man we've known and loved for a very long time is up to the task of running for president of the United States.
So what happened, Joe? What happened in that 12-day span of he's the best, he's the smartest he's ever been to, yeah, he doesn't got it. We need to figure out for democracy. We'll talk about that too. For democracy, what are we going to do? How are we going to do this? So what happened? Yeah, Jenna, we're going to come back to accept and embrace. We're going to talk about the El Trumpo assassination, how it all plays into this. But Jenna, I'm out.
You have been watching The Rubio Method.
Let's get going, gang.
Our dedicated staff is ready to work for you. Artbeat specializes in custom apparel. Call us or order online. Free shipping nationwide. Custom printed shirts are our specialty, and we make sure you get exactly what you want. Bring in your own design or let our team create one for you. Promote your business, event, or club with pens, caps, bottles, mugs, and more.
Creating cool since 1985.
Take it away, Rubio.
Focus up. I'm talking to you. Bill Geiser. Have you made it home yet? Bill Geiser is a great decades participant, a good friend of mine, and he's been traveling and having, let's just say, some issues on Delta for about the past 5 days. So, Bill, if you're watching, I hope you're watching at home right now. Welcome back to episode 69 of the Rubio Method. We're just kind of breaking down of how do we get here where Joey B is not running and what's going on. So I've broken it down of how it all started. We started with Obama saying if you had third term, can kind of control someone, how they moved up the debates all the way to June instead of September, October, and now how everyone is coming out against him and boom, 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 boom. And the celebs, even his buddies, Joe Scarborough, they're, within 10 days, all of a sudden, Joe B doesn't have it. And like I said, if he did well at the debate, I think he'd still be in it. But we had something happen even bigger. About 10 days ago, El Trumpo was doing a speech in Pennsylvania, and boom, someone basically blows off the tip of his ear. He's looking at a chart. If he doesn't turn one way within a billionth of a second, it's game over. Insert token, type in name for El Trumpo. And it's turning out that either this is the biggest blunder in the history of the Secret Service, or they're in on it. There's no other answer because there's so many things that went wrong. The only two possible answers are they had 12 billion mistakes and they're all morons, or they're in on it. There's just no other answer because let's think about it. Let's just show vid 10, number one, video 10.
Love you, Trump. Yeah.
Okay. I want you to watch. Jenna's going to play that video again. And this time, all I want you to do, and this is not being sexist. I'm not being sexist at all. I want you to just watch the women on the video. Just the women. Just focus on that. Don't focus on El Trumpo. Just focus on, there's 3 Secret Service agents. I want you to watch these women. Just watch them. Go, Jenna.
Love you, Trump. Yeah.
That was painful. I mean, if you just watch them, Jenna just said, is this rock bottom? I hope so. Yeah, Jenna just said, wow. I mean, if you just watch them, they look like they have first day on the job. They have no idea what they're doing or how to do it. That one girl couldn't even holster her weapon. I was talking to Nick Umble, Sentinel Strength podcast, which is absolutely phenomenal. He was saying, he's been in the Army, Secret Service, not Secret Service, Green Beret, all that good stuff for 40 plus years, I think, or almost 40 years. He says he's never once not been able to holster his weapon. Not once. What are they doing? Like, what's going on? But remember, we talked about this last week. The head of the Secret Service, who just resigned this morning or yesterday, I don't know, everything's happening so fast, said that she wanted to be, she herself was a DEI hire, quote, and she wanted to up females 30%. She wanted 30% of the Secret Service to be females. Why? Why would that matter? Like I've said, and if this is sexist, then I'm sexist, but I don't think it is. Maybe I am. I don't know. I would want people that are guarding me, say I'm El Presidente, I'm El Rubio, okay? I want people that are at least 6'3", 240 pounds, mean, angry, strong, and pissed off. That's who I want guarding me. I want Chevy, nasty. Well, nasty might be too polite. Chevy, nasty. I will teach her to be mean. And then I want Umble, and I want Craig Hannum, and I want those guys. Do I want Sub 60 Ed guarding me? No, for the love of God. Sorry, Sub 60, you're just not big enough. If someone's taking out my Achilles, you got him. But no, I don't want that. You're not guarding me, Sub 60. Sorry, Jenna, I don't want you guarding me either. Okay? So, what happens here? Secret Service, sorry, Jenna, Secret Service actually puts out a statement. Here's what their statement said. Jenna, pick 11. Secret Service says it's appalled by DEI rhetoric against female agents after Trump rally shooting. Saturday shooting is the latest instance of right-leaning social media accounts trying to link diversity, equity, and inclusion programs to deeply troubling news events. You literally bragged about it. You bragged about it, said you wanted more. Okay? And your issue right now is that people are saying, hey, ladies, no, not Secret Service agents. That's your problem. That's your issue. That's the problem. Rather than El Trumpo almost dying on TV, live TV. That's what you want to talk about. You don't want to talk about the 20-year-old kid who is dead now. He flew a drone over the day before. Yeah, that's like a no-fly space, Bane. He rode a bike there. Who's riding a bike to a rally? He set up a ladder. He planted a rifle. He got on a roof that is 150 yards away. He used the same shooting club as federal agencies, including DHS. Okay, the head of Secret Service, Cheadle, found out that she's using a encrypted chat app. What? Radio comms, all the communications. Hey, Jenna, you got the view of El Trumpo. Is he safe? Yes, he is, Rubio. Hey, Bruno, is he safe? Yeah. Hey, Randy. Hey, Nasty. Is he safe? Hannum, you got him? Humble. Yeah, got him. All the radio comms for that day are erased. What a coincidence. They're right next to Epstein's video file at night. I just don't understand. Either this is planned or they're the worst. There can't be any option in the middle. The kid had 3 offshore accounts as well. I'm high 40s. I don't have offshore accounts. I don't think I do I? Maybe I do. Maybe I'm Secret Service. I don't know. But this 20-year-old does? And he's just a high school graduate, doesn't know. Okay. Yeah. What are people supposed to do now? Jenna says, wait for the next shit show. Yeah, I guess. And the fact that the head of Secret Service, Cheadle, had to resign. Why wasn't she fired? Okay. Why wasn't she fired? Like literally immediately. She didn't go back to where he was shot. 9 days. It took her 9 days to get there. Fired. Gone. Fired. It's crazy. It's stupid crazy. Yes. Her name is Chastity. Yeah, it's just insane. Like when you just break it down and look at it from, like, as they say, 1,000-foot angle or 10,000 feet view, you're kind of scratching your head. And remember about a couple months back, we talked about that kid who did that school shooting in Michigan and his parents were arrested? What? How come no one's questioning this kid's parents? Is anyone going to interview them, talk to them, see what's going on? Because allegedly this guy had a transmitter on him. He was able to assemble a bomb that was in his car. So this guy knows how to use encrypted devices, has 3 offshore accounts, sets up this bomb, knows exactly where to go so no one can see him, sets up this ladder, sets up this rifle, hides a bomb, knows exactly how much time he has. You can't look at this and go, what? I don't understand. So working hard is not enough. When all that didn't work, and I'm just going to throw the assassination attempt into all that didn't work, because if El Trumpo's out, Joey B's in. There's no doubt. I mean, why? No. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You can't just deny that. It was go time for Joey B. It was. You got to go, man. He puts out the letter. We already talked about it. Not on letterhead and not the same signature. Pick 12 for me, Jenna. You're saying what? What are you talking? Oh, so his signature. If you saw the picture too, was completely a digital signature. This happens to be the first signature he's ever had where he underlines his name. Okay, nothing fishy about that. That seems a little bit odd, and it's not on presidential letterhead, so that's a little bit weird. No one's seen a pic of him signing it. They haven't heard of him heard or seen of him in 7 days. If you don't want people to think there's conspiracy theories, just do the obvious things. Put them on video. Do this, do that. I mean, it's 2024, for the love of God. Everyone has a device that you can video themselves and put it on X and do whatever you want. Send it in YouTube. I mean, how hard would it be? But no one saw him for 7 days. And before this all coup, we'll say, just a theory, just a guess, AOC, who adamant Joey B contributor, can you post this video? Can you play this video? It's video 13 for me.
And I'm going to say what a lot of these folks aren't saying. I'm just going to say it. If you think that there is consensus among the people who want Joe Biden to leave, that they will support Kamala, Vice President Harris, you would be mistaken. And I'm going to say that because if they're going to come out and say all their little things on background off the record, but they're not going to be fully honest, I'm going to be honest for them. I'm in these rooms. I see what they say in conversations. A lot of them are not just interested in removing the president. They are interested in removing the whole ticket.
Okay, so now the weird part about that is AOC puts that out before the submittance letter of I'm peace out, I'm not running for re-election. Then she deleted it. So she calls out everyone because there was all these leaked interviews where Schumer, Pelosi all said, yeah, no, Joey B, you got to go. And they leaked them to the press where obviously if they want something to get to the press, it's going to get there. If they don't want it to get there, it's not going to get there. But they were having all these backdoor meetings where they discussed that Joey B is just not the candidate. So why would she delete that video? What? Kind of weird where she calls out, hey guys, there's not a lot of people that want Joey B gone. This is just a couple of people saying this, but she deletes that video. Seems very odd. So I believe it was yesterday or the day before, everything's kind of running in together. Kamala's officially announced, we're going to get to her in a second, officially announced as the next candidate. Okay, very weird. Number one, no one's literally ever voted for her. Voted for her to be president. No one. They all voted for Joey B. But they're just going to inaugurate her as the next one. But no one's voted for her, not one person. So he calls in to her campaign, calls in when she's on TV, of course, perfect timing. And there's no technology in 2024 that, you can, FaceTime yourself live. I mean, literally, I'm doing it right now. I'm doing it live right now. Calls in. Yeah, he calls in. Okay. People can video in, call in. I'm doing it right now. I'm on X, LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook. It's going to be on Spotify and iTunes tomorrow. So he calls in. We're going to play this maybe once, maybe twice, maybe three times a lady. But I want you to listen very closely, and I want you to really pay attention to Kamala. Okay, Jenna, go ahead. This is video 14.
It is so good to hear our president's voice. Joe, I know you're still on the call, and we've been talking every day.
Okay, now, Jenna, I want you guys to, she's going to play it again. I want you to pay very, very close attention when she says, I know you're on the, I want you to listen to her next word. Go ahead, Jenna.
It is so good to hear our president's voice. Joe, I know you're still on the call, and we've been talking every day.
Call me crazy, but did she not just say, Joe, I know you're on the call. Was she about to say recording? And you're thinking, Rubio, you're crazy. Why would you think that? Well, just FaceTime him in. Like, it's 2024. This would have been so easy to just squash all these rumors. Jenna, play it one more time so everyone can just get one more. Hear what Kamala has to say.
It is so good to hear our president's voice. Joe, I know you're still on the call.
You can't listen to that and watch that and not go, well, yeah, that's kind of a coincidence that she said that. Like, you could, why would you say that? Because it makes everyone's kind of hair on their neck tingle. The ventriloquist needed a break to figure out what to do next. Jim S says, yeah, that's very funny. Yes, Rubio, not a Mona. All right, confidence is the key. We'll keep moving along, Jenna. We're rolling here. So the party, now they've been hammering El Trumpo on this. They've been hammering El Trumpo over and 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 saying he's a threat to democracy. He's a threat to democracy. He's a threat to democracy. The party of you can't allow El Trumpo in as he is going to kill democracy. Literally kills democracy. Literally does it right now. And you think, oh, Rubio, they didn't say that about Trumpo. Jenna, can you play video 15 for me?
But everything is on the ballot. Democracy will be on the ballot, as evidenced by the position that many of the election deniers on the other side of the aisle continue to hold.
Trump is an existential, urgent threat to our democracy.
I'll continue to speak out strongly for our democracy.
Let's get out there, because we can't lose this democracy. We can't.
When Donald Trump won the election in 2016, fair and square, he said it was rigged. He won the Republican primaries. He said they were rigged. He ran for re-election in 2020. Before the election, he said it was rigged. Then when he lost the election, he said it was rigged. He does not like elections. He does not like voting as a system by which we decide who's going to be the president.
You can't go a day without thinking about what he's done to this country, because he's such a little baby that he's thrown 250 years of democracy out the window.
An assault on our Constitution the day we were supposed to.
He's throwing out 250 years of democracy. You're implanting someone without a vote. That's literally killing democracy. Jenna, can you go back to that or no? I mean, they're saying everything about a Trump, but they're doing it. Am I going crazy? Am I not seeing this? If I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. But you're saying El Trumpo is a threat to democracy because he doesn't like voting. You're literally not allowing you're not allowing people to vote. You're just saying, oh, by the way, I know you all voted for Joey B, but it's Kamala. If I voted for Joey B, I'd be, well, what? No, I voted for hot dogs. You can't give me hamburgers. I want hot dogs. That's what I voted for, hot dogs. There was a vote between hot dogs and hamburgers. I voted hot dogs. But no, you're going to have hamburgers now. But I didn't vote for that. Okay, but I don't understand. Now, the mainstream media is going full speed ahead to say Kamala is the best thing since sliced bread. If you've been watching it, it's almost phenomenal when you see it, because right now, 3 weeks ago, Joey B was the best. He was phenomenal. He's wonderful. 27 days ago, right before the debate, he's as good as it ever been. He's phenomenal. He's a genius. He's, oh my God, he's so great. He's great. No one's talking about Kamala. Now, boom, everyone's talking about Kamala being the greatest. Okay. But these are the same people that 3 weeks ago said Joey B was the best. So yet again, they are either lying or they're stupid. Which one is it? I don't know. I'm just guessing. This is a what ifs. That's what the title of the show is called. What if? What if? I don't know. So the media is now trying to rewrite media history. Like it's happening today. Just today regarding Axios, regarding Kamala being the border czar, because Joey B said she's in charge of the border and she's done a wonderful job of it. That's been her one main job, where she's let over 12 million illegal immigrants in. Her one job. She's been there one time, literally one time. Okay. So let's see what am I saying? How are they trying to erase media? Go pick 16 for me, Jenna. This is an Axios article. The Trump campaign and Republicans have tagged Harris repeatedly with the quote unquote border czar title, which she never actually had. Okay. So someone pulls up that article and goes, hey man, this is your article from a while back. Pick 17, Jenna. Harris, appointed by Biden as border czar, would be looking at the root causes that drive migration. Okay, so you're literally saying that she's the border czar, and this is what happened today. Pick 18, Jenna. Editor note, this article has been updated and clarified to note that Axios was among the news outlet that incorrectly labeled Harris a border czar back in 2021. So they deleted the article, and they said, oh, no, yeah, we did that, but we were wrong. What? This is like the movie 1984 in real life, or the book 1984. Some people like to read, some people like to watch movies. Yeah, Jenna says stupid liars, and both. It's unbelievable that they're just rewriting it. And is it all fake support, or is it real? This video is, I think, from yesterday. This is Chuck Schumer. This is kind of sad when you look at it. Watch. This is like when you tell a joke that you think's going to hit and it doesn't. Check out the support in this rah. Video 20, Jenna.
Process is played out from the grassroots bottom up. We are here today to throw our support behind Vice President Kamala Harris. I'm clapping. You don't have to.
Jesus.
It's a happy day. What can I say? Vice President Harris will beat Donald Trump and become the next president of the United States of America. Applause. Hakeem.
If you have to ask for applause, number one, pathetic. Number two, ew. That just looked like a bad taste in your mouth. Like, that was so bad. Like, oh, I'm clapping. Okay. Was that for the blind people or the deaf people? I don't know which one you'd have to be. I guess it would be the blind people. Yeah, because you would see him clapping. I just don't get how bad that is. And now the new narrative is, let's go back to a second. It's all about the grassroots. What are you talking about? Billionaires are funding this. Not one person in the grassroots, let's say the Midwest. Nana Mona, what was that? Yeah, was this 100%. There's not one person in the grassroots that voted for this. Not one. Kamala has not received one vote. Not one. Not one. Okay. It's full speed on Kamala, but now there's a new narrative. The new narrative is El Trumpo old, Kamala young. El Trumpo too old. Old is bad. Old, very bad. So let's look at this tweet from Henry Sisson, pick 19, Jenna. Yes, Joe Biden is old, but his age isn't affecting his ability to lead at all. Donald Trump is too old to be president. He's 78. I don't think he'll be able to serve effectively for 4 years. I'm sure MAGA would agree with this assessment, right? What? You literally, you're contradicting yourself. You said Joey B was fine 3 weeks ago, but now El Trumpo's too old? But that Joey B wasn't too old? Okay. What about pick 21? And this is the NPCs. They were always talking about the non-player characters that just don't know anything and they just get plugged in. Biden is not too old. Click. Trump is too old now. Like everyone's just getting their talking points of, oh, okay. So, if you're watching on Spotify or iTunes or listening, there was just the NPC character of get this plug, Trump. Biden is not too old. Take that one out, put in Trump is too old. So you're just getting these talking points of, you just said Joey B was fine. And he was older than El Trumpo. But now you're saying El Trumpo's too old? Okay. I don't know. And we're just going to wrap up on this. We're going to get to one final video, and then we're going to go to the bottom line. The bottom line is everything that you should have learned while watching this show. Hopefully you got pretty entertained, and as well as also you got a little bit informed. Jenna always says she learns a little bit something, so hopefully she did on this one. All I know, if I was on the side of this, I would really have to look deep into what's happening right now. Just look from the 10,000-foot view. I hate to use business terms, and just kind of look around and say, okay, what's going on side by side? The thing is, Joey B was not around. No one heard from him for 7 days. And the only people that were even asking, like, where's Joey B? Were people on the right. Not one press, not one mainstream media said, guys, where's Joey B? Can we get a picture of him? Can we get a video of him? Is there any way he can just step outside and talk for 2 seconds? Can he just give us a hey? Can we get a pic of him signing? Can we get a thumbs up? Can we get him holding up today's newspaper? Can we get anything? Not one person on the left or the mainstream media or every celebrity said, where's Joey B, guys? Like, either so they don't care about him or they're just moving past him. He was in a hospital. I don't know. Supposedly he's out now. Jenna, can you play this video? And I want you guys to really watch. This is some random guy, but he makes some great points. Video 22, Jenna.
Get this straight. The party that's all about defending democracy rigs 2 primaries in a row in 2016 and 2020 against Bernie. Then in 2024, they roll with a corpse as their presidential candidate and forbid anybody from challenging the corpse. And then when they can no longer gaslight Americans about his condition, they toss him aside like he's a rotting vegetable and then proceed to rig their 3rd straight primary by nominating a candidate that no one was able or allowed to vote for. So that's what they mean by defending democracy, in case you haven't already noticed. They tell you what to do, and you shut up.
Is he wrong? What did he say that it was factually incorrect? Okay, and unfortunately, many sheep will follow. That's one of those things where you can look at that. Joe Gunnery, thank you. Good information. I appreciate that, my man. It's one of those where you can look and go, be honest. What did he say that was wrong? What did he say that was a lie? What happened? Nothing. Okay, but now you have a candidate in there, Kamala, who's just appointed, and she's never received one vote to be the nominee. When she was trying to be back in 2020, she polled so poorly, she didn't make it to the Iowa caucus. She didn't make it to the first run. She was outdone by Elizabeth Warren. Kamala was out before the first round even started. So this is a person who has no experience doing this. And someone told me, well, she's not as bad as she's in 2020 because she has the experience of being VP. But what has she done? Her job was the border. The border's gotten consequentially worse, like much worse. If my job is to watch the front door and 12 million people come through the front door illegally, I can't say I did a good job manning the front door. I should be fired. And if I say, well, I want to watch the whole house. Well, she wants to be the president now. Someone's got to say, no, man, you're not qualified. Jenna asked me, what do I think will happen next? Here's what I think will happen next. If I'm putting a tinfoil hat on, okay, this is my guess, my hunch, my quote unquote conspiracy theory. I think Joey B is not going to make it the next 5-6 months. He's going to have another health scare because if he's not healthy enough to be president in 6 months, how is he healthy enough to be president right now until then? Someone explain that one to me. So what I think they're going to do is I think, honestly, they truly know that she's not a good candidate. I think they know that because she was so bad before. And this past 4 years, her favorability numbers have just gone down. Her numbers have just gone down where people don't like her. It's okay. You don't like people. You can like people. You can't. They don't like her laugh. They don't like her personality. She's obviously not getting anything done at the border. And it's one of those things where she does word salads. We've played them for you 100 times where she's just talking about be unburdened by burden, burdened by unburdened and burdened. And it's one of those things that I think they know she can't win, but they're going to kind of push. She can win just to see what's going on. I think Joey B, someone marked this 50 minutes, 36 seconds left or in. Joey B is going to get out before they're going to make her president. She's obviously got to bump up. So now that party has a black female as president. They check 2 boxes with, we've got the first female. We don't have the first black. Obama did that, but they can check, oh my God, we tried. It just didn't work out, but they can go on record. Who had the first female president? We did. Yay. Rah, rah, rah. Like I said, female or male, I don't care. I just want the best person for the job. That's it. Call me crazy. I don't care if it's a tree. I just want whoever's best to be the president in the country that I love. I want them to be in charge. That's all I want. Jamin, I hope you're wrong on that. He says Obama 2.0 is coming. Could be. I don't know. It's one of those things. I think they're going to push her out for a while and see what's going on. But then I think once all the hype goes away, where all the money fundraising keeps coming and stops a little bit. And once they get her out on stage where she has to talk a little bit more, it's she can't avoid the word salads. It's just one of those things where she just can't do it. And it's very apparent. And all you got to do is just go on a record. Like, what have you done? What have you done, man? Okay. Jenna says, Michelle Obama. I think it's too late for Michelle. I think it's one of those times that they're already going to Kamala. And it's one of those, if you say Kamala, and then you're going to go to Michelle, that looks really bad. And Michelle has 0 experience. And you can obviously argue, well, El Trumpo had 0 experience. Yeah, but he had business experience. And how did he run the country? He ran it just like a big business. That's exactly what he did it. You're fired. You're doing this. You're doing that. I'm getting deals on this. He ran it like a businessman. That's why it worked. He didn't have all this government stuff that he had to hop through. He's like, no, I'm eliminating this. I'm eliminating that. You don't need that. We're going to do this. We're going to do it like that. And like I said, did he act like an ass 50% of the time? Sure. Did he get things done? Yeah. You can't deny that. That's just one of those things you can't deny. So let's go to the bottom line. Oh, I forgot to say, Jenna just said, remind people who Jenna is. Jenna's my producer / director / I don't know what else she does back there. She's out in Canada eating any food besides poutine. And she's, and friend, of course, Jenna, God, some things need not be said. She's the one that's making sure everything works. I'm the quote unquote guy that just talks. She makes everything go to all these places, edits, does all that thing. Well, we don't do any editing, Jenna. So what do you do, Jenna? No, she does all the back end stuff, uploads the videos and all that stuff. Hopefully I get them to her soon enough. All right, so let's go to the bottom line. The bottom line for all you new listeners on iTunes and Spotify, YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, and X. It's just all the stuff you should have learned without even realizing you learned it. Number 1, check all your sources and open your eyes. Just check your sources, man. Check your sources and just kind of open your eyes and be willing to learn. Number 2, be your own person and learn to learn. It's okay if you don't know something. So say you're completely like, no, there's no way this is all true. And then you just watch 54 minutes of Rubio talking and you go, well, those were Rubio's opinions. No, they weren't. I was doing just all facts. I literally just did all facts. There wasn't one opinion on there. The last one I said where Joey B's going to knock out. That's an opinion. That's a guess. Okay. But every single thing I showed you was just a fact. Not one thing was quote unquote my opinion. And number 3, get ready for a wild ride. Just think about the last 26 days, how craziness has gone. And we've got all the way till November for this. Good God, get ready for a wild ride, but use your brain. Use your brain. If you have any questions for me, you can email Rubio at therubiomethod.com. Jenna, I got talking too much again. You let me go too much and you didn't intervene with any email questions. Jenna, next week, we got to get some email questions in. You can email me, Rubio at therubiomethod.com, Rubio at therubiomethod.com. I want to thank everyone watching on Facebook, LinkedIn, X, YouTube, obviously, and iTunes and Spotify will be up within 24 hours. This was one of our most watched episodes, Jenna was telling me. So good for you guys. And you guys are spreading the word. I really appreciate it. But Jenna, maybe they like Wednesdays better than Tuesdays. I don't know. Once again, thank you to Jenna. Thank you to everyone out there watching. If you have any questions, like I said, email Rubio at therubiomethod.com. We'll be on next Tuesday or Wednesday. I'll let you know a little bit earlier. Depends on Jenna's schedule, my schedule, all that, and if we can figure out time zones. On that note, Jenna, I'm out.
Thanks for watching The Rubio Method. Be sure to spread the word, and don't forget to subscribe, like, or follow on YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, Google, Amazon, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Facebook.